Got a busy, noisy weekend going on here. Our town decided to delay the fireworks display until the 7th, and the 4th was on Thursday, the 7th is Sunday, so uh, yeah, the noise is just going on and on and on. We're looking at candy corn here. Candy corn is starting to bloom. So, and it's still kind of in bush shape, which is interesting. There are no female flowers on there yet, though. And this is bushy orange. Bushy orange is blooming in earnest, but there's no female flowers yet. And it's kind of starting to vine out. It's still really in bush form. Short vine pumpkins tend to stay in bush form as long as they can. And the moment they have female flowers, they tend to vine out. But I don't think candy corn is ever going to vine out. We'll see. Here's our volunteer sunflower that started out all yellow. No, started out mixed colors, like that one up there. I don't know, but I got it. We'll see when I get in the house. But then it ends up all yellow. And I don't remember ever planting these, so it must have come from somebody else's yard. This one is a volunteer. None of the ones that I planted this year came up, by the way. So this is another volunteer. This is a giant. This is at least 7 feet tall right now. And this one, who knows? This one came up late. So we got 3 volunteer sunflowers, and we're going to have to be happy with those this year. I pulled out a couple of the Harvest Jack pumpkins this morning because they were drooping a lot. Drooping leaves are okay during the day, during the heat of the sun, but they're not okay first thing in the morning or last thing in the evening. So it's something to keep in mind. That can mean an illness. But I have noticed the Harvest Jacks are not as healthy as the jack-o'-lantern vines. So we'll see how they do that now that I pulled a couple of them out. But yeah, they are not as healthy. And another thing I've noticed with the metal beds, if you plant something in the center, it's okay. But if you plant closer to the wall of the bed, you might have a problem. So that's something else to keep in mind. This is a volunteer vine. There we go. Got some interesting flowers going on it. I think I have a picture of one. There we go. That I will include. That was really bizarre. And it does have, whoops, sorry honey. It does have a female flower on it somewhere. Here. It may have been pollinated, but it will drop. I can tell you that right now. Yeah. So it's kind of a roundish, squat type of a pumpkin. So we'll see what that turns out to be when we get one that stays eventually. This is jack-o'-lantern that was pollinated about a week ago, but is not going to make it. Thing is, how to know when your jack-o'-lantern female flower is going to take. It takes about a week, and you should see almost exponential growth every day after the pumpkin is pollinated. I didn't see that with that flower. It stopped growing after the first day, and since it was an early female flower on the plant, it kind of knew it wasn't long for this world. So it is gone now. I'm going to have to pinch it off, pinching off some more potato flowers. Why do I do that? Because it's supposed to give you more potatoes. We'll see. And here is our Ashley cucumber. We did have a bad problem with flea beetles, which I think I have overcome. But Ashley cucumber is got a few female flowers on it. Pumpkins and cucumbers are related, but cucumbers don't generally drop their first female flowers, so we'll see how that goes. And we got a very, very noisy day going on here, so in a minute I may have to shut down and then come back on. Here's some more interesting flowers from a volunteer vine. There we go. Yeah, I'm going to shut down just for a moment.
Okay,
here.
we're back.
I think. Wait. Yeah, we are. Okay. So, here's another interesting flower from a volunteer vine. I don't think this one has any female flowers yet. Oh, yes, it does. But it's a first, so it's going to drop. First and seconds tend to drop. So there's one right there. It looks like an ordinary jack-o'-lantern type. If it were a giant, it would be white or yellow. That one's green. And this is the jack-o'-lantern vines that I planted, and there's one that I bought in here. That one looks kind of peaked too. But it's closer to the edge. Yeah, it's closer to the edge of the bed, so that might be why. I might pull that one out later, though, just to make sure that everybody else is going to be okay, because drooping like that can be a sign of bacterial wilt, and that is a fatal disease that can spread throughout the patch. So, oh, my doggies. Rosie's eating the vine I pulled out. She won't get bacterial wilt, so don't worry about that. And they can't eat pumpkins. Pumpkins and pumpkin vines are edible for dogs. What else was it? Oh yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people talk about growing pumpkins on trellises, and I have never done that intentionally. I used to live in a house, well, I used to keep my garden in a house that had a chain link fence, and sometimes the pumpkins would climb up the fence and produce a pumpkin. But what I noticed, you can probably do that with little pumpkins, under 10 pounds, but the bigger ones tend to elongate, and they tend to be like weak or something. I can't explain it. And also, if the vine's determined to keep the pumpkin, a lot of times the vine will drop off the trellis all of a sudden, and you'll find everything sitting on the ground. It's not something that, I know people do it successfully, but it's not something that I'm into. So if you are interested in doing trellises, I'm sure there's all kinds of videos online for you, but it's not something that I can advise you on because I've only done it accidentally. So yeah, up. We've got our neighbors. Okay, and I will leave you now. See you later.